Soncerae Smith woman, I tell you what, that is a basket case of all basket cases that I've seen over my 37 years of living, man. Oh my Lord. Now, y'all, what am I talking about? This woman, for those who don't know who she is, she's been on this platform since 2008, and she does and says some of the most crazy things she does. Like, come on. Crazy as hell is what this woman is, okay? Now, she has a channel called The Black Macho, right? Which she changed that name a couple of years ago, right, to The Black Macho, because she's trying to frame herself off this doggone book that she read, The Black Macho and the Myth of the Superwoman, whatever the hell that book is called. Used to talk about relationship issues and empowerment for black men and whatnot. And what her channel is nowadays in 2025 is just a platform to be a YouTubian struggle streamer, in the words of Dr. Umar Johnson, right? So that's all she is. She's a YouTubian struggle streamer, okay? Begging for donations all the freaking time. Every freaking day since she came back on the YouTube this year. Daily live streams, begging. Because she's back in a hotel room, ladies and gentlemen. She's back in the doggone hotel room. Now, Soncerae, I know you're watching, okay? Why are you back in the hotel room when you were in the hotel room all the way back in 2017 and 18, right? Pregnant. Telling us that your son's father abandoned you in a hotel, left you to die in the hotel. Anybody leave you to die in no hotel? You brought yourself into that situation. And now you're back in that situation again. And this time, you're blaming your mother and you're blaming your daughter for leaving you and your son, your young son, in the hotel room. Ma'am, stop blaming everybody else for your issues. It's your fault why you're in that doggone hotel room, not anybody else's. You're about to be 45 years old in June, and you still haven't learned your lessons. You still haven't learned. You're living in California, knowing that you can't afford to live there. Why'd you go out there in the first doggone place? Because according to you, you went out there, you know, to be with your mother and whatnot, because she was in California first. So you raised donations while you were left to die in that hotel room in Georgia. $10,000 that you raised so you could take your ass on out there to Los Angeles or whatever the fuck you live at. Damn. I try not to cuss in this doggone live stream, but guess what? It's happening. I'm cussing. Because I need to be cussing, because this also make no damn sense. While you were pregnant with your son, carried your ass to California in hopes that your son's father would go and chase you to California. And that didn't work. It didn't work. He moved on with his life. He's doing good. While you sitting there reaping the consequences of what you did. You're always blaming him. My son's father left me to die. He got me pregnant. He didn't want to divorce his wife. He was married. He was still he was separated at the time when we went on our first date. But the man told you. The man told you when you did that. What do you mean say hello? How long you been in this house, Black Bunny? How long you been in here, man? Because I ain't seen you in here just until now. What's going on? Hello, what's up going on, King at GT? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? But, oh my God, this girl, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to rant about her the whole doggone time, because y'all just need to go over to her channel and just watch the shit that she puts up. But nowadays, you won't be able to see all her videos, because the live streams that she does every freaking day, she goes ahead and then makes them members only. And I know why she makes them members only. Because there's too many people in her live stream. Okay, too many people in her live streams, in her chat room, going in on her behind. And I was one of them. I was going in on her behind too, but then she blocked me. So I can no longer, I can still comment on her live streams, but she won't be able to see what I comment. That's how YouTube works. But she makes them members only. That's all she does. She makes them members only. So people have to pay to go see her replays of her live streams to pick up on her bullshit. Every freaking day. I need $150 by 10:30 a.m. to pay for my room. If you did the right things throughout your life, Soncerae, you wouldn't have to be begging people for money to pay for a doggone hotel room, ma'am. Come on. And then you keep telling us that your son is autistic, but you said in your own live stream, see, this is why, Soncerae, when I sent you that email yesterday, basically telling you the truth about yourself, and then you reply back to me, to call yourself going in on me, talk about you go dox my information and stuff, the Soncerae, I welcome it. Dox whatever the hell you can about me. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm telling the truth. You keep telling us that your son is autistic, but yet at the same time you admit that you have not had a official diagnosis from a doctor about your son's autism. So how do you know that you're autistic? How do you know that your son is autistic? And then someone in your chat room even said, because I saw it, that it could be another condition masking itself as autistic. And you went in on them for even bringing that possibility. Exploiting your doggone son, calling yourself raising money for autism awareness. And it's okay if you're raising money for autism awareness, but don't sit there and exploit your son to do it. Exploiting that boy. You sad. You are very, very sad. Sad. And then when your doggone daughter, okay, talk about that she left you, that she abandoned y'all. She's the reason why y'all ended up from the apartment that your mama had in California. Then she went back to the East Coast. Then you had to end up back in the hotel again. And then because of your daughter, right, y'all ended up in a car for a year. And then your daughter left you abandoned in the car. This is what you're telling us. Your daughter wanted to work a job at a pizza place as a manager, but you were mad at her because you told us that the plan at the time, according to you, was, okay, I'm gonna go work while you stay at home and take care of your brother. I'm gonna find a job as a data analyst out there in California. Okay, how long does it take how long does the interview process take as a data analyst in California? Because first you gotta fill out the application, then you gotta be accepted to do a doggone interview, then you gotta do an interview, however many interviews that they have that they need to have for you. And then if they decide to bring you on board, that's when they bring you on board. That's when you do the onboarding and stuff. So I don't know how long that takes, ma'am. So while you're sitting there trying to find a job, which you should have already freaking had, your daughter needs to have a job too. Why don't you want her to work? Why do you want her to sit on her behind and take care of her brother, your son? She didn't have that boy, you did. But you're mad at her because she wanted to go work a job at a pizza place as a manager. You're mad at her for that. You're mad at her because she had to go away for 2 weeks for training. Well, ma'am, if you ever had a job before, you would know. You would know that, especially if you become a manager at some place, no matter whether it's a restaurant or in a retail store or whatever. They're going to send you to another store to train. That's what happens. That's how that works. But you don't know that because you never had a job before. Now, then, got mad at her. It overwhelmed her, according to you, right? She quit her job, or well, she was about to quit her job, but that particular location ended up, going out of business. So she got a severance package. Y'all ended up living in the freaking car for a year. And then one good old night, y'all pulled over to the Safeway parking lot so she could go use the restroom with Safeway, and she never came back out to the car. And it ended up that she took her behind to her boyfriend's place, who she met while she was working at the pizza place because she used to be her manager. Well, she used to be his manager. She went over to her boyfriend's spot and then talked to you for 5 months. And to this day, you still hold a grudge against her for that. You still resent her for that. Call her a fucked up person because she left you and your son in that car. No, she didn't leave you and your son. She left you. That's what happened. I love when you women just try to guilt trip people. Oh, you left, especially when some of you women, when your husband's divorced you or whatnot, and you talk about, you left me and the kids. No, ma'am, I left you. I still love my kids. I'll be there for my kids. But I left you. Same thing. The only situation is your daughter wasn't married to you. She ain't romantically involved with you. But she left you. She didn't leave you and her brother. And according to you, she keeps telling you, oh, it wasn't you. I shouldn't have did that and whatnot. However, guess what? It is you, Soncerae. She just hasn't found a way to verbalize it to you yet. Because she knows how you are. And we know how you are. You don't want to hear anybody else's opinions except to agree with you. You want people just to rock with you or not rock with you. What'd you say in your live stream yesterday? Either you're with me or you're not. This is so sad. This is so doggone sad, so doggone sad. I could do a whole live stream talking about your doggone live Soncerae based on what you told us about you online. But I'm not going to do that shit. I'm going to let everybody else just search you out and watch previous videos of you. Those of you who are coming over here in support of Soncerae, guess what? Here's what I implore you to do. Just watch other videos about Soncerae, and you're going to learn everything you need to learn about that woman. And if you still support her after that, then hey, to each his or her own. Okay? However, for those of us who's using our brains and using our critical thinking skills, ain't that what you say, Soncerae? You go in on us in the live streams for not using our critical thinking skills. Well, it's because people like me using our critical thinking skills, that's the reason why we're able to debunk your behind and trip you up in the live streams. Cause you to crash out and end the live streams early. Because you can't hack it. Sad. Sad, 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 sad. Soncerae, I hope your situation changes for the better. I really hope it does. Because you're too doggone old to be living like this. And if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your doggone son. Do it for him. That's the person who's losing the most. That boy don't know no better. He didn't ask to be here. But you had him anyway. Telling us that the universe told you to keep it. Keep your son. The universe told you to keep your son. Between the time that you had your daughter, who is, I think she's like 23, 24 years old now, between the time that you had your daughter and the time that you had your son, you had a slew of abortions in between. But it came to when for you to have your son, the universe told you to keep it. Some of you women are just doggone insane. You're insane. Talking about you were supposed to be married. Get the hell out of here. Ain't nobody gonna marry you. Y'all, I'm done talking about Soncerae. Just go ahead, search her out, do your own research on her. You don't have to take my word on nothing that I say. Okay, that's why I tell you all here on social media, never take anybody's word at face value. Do your own research. Okay, I know what I know about the woman. I know what she sent in an email to me, right? As a reply, because I sent an email to her yesterday, then she replied back, telling more lies. I might do a separate video on that, just detailing that to you. But it is what it is. I thank you all for coming in my live stream and, joining me. I don't do live streams here on YouTube because I don't really play around on YouTube as far as, making my own content a lot. I just play around mostly on TikTok. But I appreciate y'all coming on here. More lives to come about other subjects because Soncerae is not the only subject that I'll be talking about. Yeah, I talk about politics, I talk about pro wrestling. It's WrestleMania week. I'll be coming back on here doing more content about pro wrestling because there's some shit we need to talk about. But y'all, I appreciate y'all. I'm out. How you in this live stream? Okay, that X button right here. Okay.